This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 4, verse 1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. I'm going to start off by giving all praises, honor, glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Racham Badash, and double honor to my teachers, the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule and teach well, who I learned this truth from. And peace and salutations to the elect that scattered across the four corners of the planet Earth, pushing this truth in sincerity and meekness without wavering, as well as risking their life and freedom to do so. This is your brother ICR from the GMS Cleveland Church. And I'm back with another lesson, and Lord willing, it is edifying and comforting to one of the Lord's elect. Alright. And this is a topic that I was talking about with my co-worker. We was talking about women, because that's every Jake. You want to have a talking point with a Jake, and always women comes up. And we were speaking about how, he was speaking about how these women need to be humbled, and how these women are, it's just this condition that our women are in, so-called Negro, Latino, Seminole, Native American, Indian woman. They're in a horrible state. As for, they don't have a man, okay, they have children, okay, multiple baby fathers. They're terrible with the finances, and a lot of them are being evicted or are facing homelessness, man. You see, and this is all going to lead, all of this is going to lead to Isaiah 4 and 1, man. Okay, because these women, all right, through liberty from the devil, Esau Edom, so-called white man, and his feminism, right, his women's equal rights movement, so-called black woman, has been duped, if you might say. She has been fooled. She has been bit by the serpent. Okay, which again, the serpent is Esau Edom. Okay, so the so-called black woman is realizing that she doesn't want to do this on her own anymore. Okay, she's realizing that she fucked over a lot of good men, and those good men don't want her back because she likes to circle around the block. She likes to come back and see if the spark is still there, and it's not. See, so these women are slowly but surely, they're getting humbled by Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. This is all going to lead to Isaiah 4 and 1. Now the number 7, it just means completion. You can have, the Lord can give you any amount of women, from 1 to 1,000. Okay, and all those women, they're going to be in order. Okay, that's why they said we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. They're not going to ask you to feed them or get them some clothes or any of that, man. They're going to figure it out on their own, man. You see, it says, only let us be called by thy name. And how did a woman take on the name of a man? It's through sex, which is an ancient way of being married. Okay, so that's how a lot of women are going to come. That's the spirit they're going to come in. They're going to come in that soft, feminine spirit, man. That pick-me spirit. They're all going to be in order, man. All right? And if they not in order, they going to get the fuck on, man. But I do have this video right here. Her name is Danica Marie. And it says, women want a man badly. Women are now plotting on the man in the run club. Right. These run clubs, man. You see, it's nothing but a big fucking harlot house, man. Nothing but adultery going on, man. You see, but this is the lengths that the Israelite woman is going. You ain't never seen the nigga woman. Hey, a year or two ago, maybe even 3, 4, 5 years ago, you ain't never seen the so-called black woman in the gym, man. Rarely. Okay, now they're doing anything. They're always at the gym, showing off their shape and their figure. Now they doing run clubs, man. hey, in a minute they're gonna start biking. I tried to take a bitch biking the one time. They don't want to do shit like that. You see, but now now these women want to do whatever a man wants to do, man. You see, so that's the same. That's what I was saying. They're gonna be in order, man. They're gonna seek for a man. They're gonna do whatever a man asks them to do.
It's going to blow
But let's play this
y'all's
video.
minds
All right.
when y'all hear about the
This is not
extreme measures
monetary
and the
gain
great lengths that
or
these
this
women are
this
traveling down in order
educational
to take a
purposes
man
only.
home.
So let's check it out.
Okay, y'all gonna be like, dang, is it really that bad? Yes. We always touch base on how the men are not going out to clubs anymore, not going to the singles events, not trying to swipe on the apps, not trying to meet up, not trying to date. And so now the women have came up with a new and creative way in order to get a man. And at the very least, get that peach claps. Okay. And so today we're going to be exposing one of the great and many tactics that women are using in order to get a man. Let's get into it.
If dating apps aren't doing it for you and you're tired of small talk, come run with the Lunch Club. It all kicks under the arch at Washington Square Park at 6:45 every Wednesday. You can either run 3 miles or take a chill route and walk 1.5. No pressure, no judgment. The best part, after the workout, everyone heads to a nearby bar to hang out, grab a drink, and actually talk. No swiping required. And here's a fun twist. If you're single, you wear all black, so everyone knows you're available. It's low-key fun and way less awkward than trying to figure it out on your own. You don't need
Everyone's so-called single, man. These women ain't single. You see, these women are the biggest adulterers. They're especially so-called black women. The demographic of adultery that goes on in the black community is rampant. That's why in the Hosea 4th chapter, the Lord speaks about he has a controversy with the inhabitants of the land. And one of the reasons why the Lord has a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, which is speaking of our people, right? Because we're a people before a place. The land wasn't named Israel, okay, before until we inhabited that land. Okay? But one of the reasons why the Lord has a controversy is because of adultery, man. And that's one of the so-called 10 commandments that the Lord said, thou shalt not commit adultery. What does the so-called black woman do? Hey, when the so-called black woman loses her virginity, man, that's her husband, and she's supposed to be with that man till he dies. Okay? But what does she do? She goes around and just sleeps with sometimes random men. But she goes around and just, like the scripture says, she opens her leg to every arrow. Right? Scriptures consider her vagina a quiver. And she opens her leg to every arrow. See, so this is the length that the so-called black woman is going to find
your athlete. Just show up with good vibes. It's honestly one of the most natural ways to meet new people. Who knows? You might leave with a new few friends or even a date for next week.
Wait, they even are strategizing colors to wear to stand out, to let everybody know that, hey, I'm single and I want my peach to be reached. You can go ahead and take me off this peach tree, baby. Come pluck me. What? Y'all, this is crazy. Do me a favor, you all. First things first, before we continue, because it's a lot to unpack today. First things first, I want you all to place a 2 in the chat if y'all were aware of these run clubs, aka these run through her clubs. Let me know if you were already privy to this or if this is something brand new. If it's something that's brand new to you and you've never heard of it before, put a 3 in the chat. Okay, put a 2 if you were aware of this, put a 3 if you were not. And also, let's take it a step further. Put a 1 in the chat if you would actually join a run through her club. Let us know. Let us know. Okay, but let's continue because this is crazy to me. I have. No idea that y'all were taking fitness to the next level. I didn't know that the fitness was fitness in your mouth. I mean, I don't know. Let's continue. Hit the like.
Not y'all being mad because y'all found out they be fucking and mingling and drinking at these little run clubs. Why y'all think they started a run club? To run?
Yeah.
I can run by myself. I wouldn't in the game unless we was fucking and running. Like, ain't nothing wrong with the running and the mingling and jingling after. Y'all have got to start thinking, man. Like, use the thinking cap, y'all. Y'all too old. Shout out to run clubs.
Run clubs are not for exercising anymore. Run clubs have turned into dating meetups. People go to run clubs now to find their dream man, to find their dream woman. You know what I'm saying?
What?
It is sickening that we have turned run clubs into that. Run clubs were meant for exercising, running, you know.
Oh, they exercising all right. They running through y'all all right.
Getting cardio, Health is wellness.
You're getting cardio too, baby. Wait a minute, this is too much. Y'all like the video. We have to spread awareness about this to get more people to see, hey, if you're thinking about joining the run club and you think that that's going to somehow get you into tip-top shape, and you're thinking you're just going there to do some cardio, do some exercise, burn some fat, baby, you may just want to go to the park with your homegirl, okay? Get a lap in around town, because joining these run clubs, baby, Lord have mercy.
We have literally turned this into fucking Tinder. IRL, in real life Tinder. Man. You feel me? Like, the girls is not going to run clubs to connect and things like that. No, they go in there to find the next experiment, the next recruit.
The next experiment, the next recruit. Ladies, are y'all this down bad? Have we fallen so far from grace? So where we have to have undercover meetup and sneaky link adventures. What happened to us? Are the men so turned off by us to where it's like, okay, let's just go ahead and put something together to where it looks like we're just trying to meet up to exercise and, you know, have some kind of community. Let's make it look that way. But secretly, I want you to clap these cheeks. Are y'all that deprived? I have real questions.
Yeah, and they are, man. The so-called black woman is being deprived because Jake is dealing with women of the other nations, man. All right, that's how you know who the Israelites are, or who the sons of God are in Genesis 6th chapter. It said, dealing with the women of the other nations, man. That's talking about us, because our men, we're the prize to these women of the other nations, man. You see, the nigga woman, she's haughty, man. She looks at us with disdain. Like, I wish, he was, we could, it was a mass extinction on so-called black men. That's how the nigga woman looks at us. But now she sees that, she has no value on these in the dating market, man. Like the Apostle Gabar he brought this out years ago. The so-called black woman is the least desired on these dating apps, man. All right. Yeah, men want to smash you.
Y'all know what's crazy to me? What's crazy is these are not unattractive women.
Settle down with you, man.
It's that bad outside, you all. Hit the like button. Listen, let's put this into the proper perspective. Men are so checked out and done. So focused on themselves, self-improvement, self-development, and not even trying to date, mingle, even get the peach. That even the most attractive of women are struggling and suffering in the dating and mating department. It is so bad that you even have the most beautiful, sexy, attractive women that are the most thirsty, putting on their cutest black attire so that the men out there can know and understand, hey, I want you. I need you. Come pick me. Like, I thought being a pick me was bad. Being referred to as a pick me was a derogatory term. But in today's time, it's looking like y'all are fully embracing that. Y'all like, look, I don't care about none of that. Come pick me. Matter of fact, here's the address. Meet me at Forest Park. Meet me downtown. We're going to run around the arch. Like, what? And after we run around the arch, I'm trying to arch this bag. Listen. I'm a little bit troubled by this. I am. I didn't know that a lot of the women out there were so thirsty. And you know what? I've actually came across countless men that were telling their stories as far as what transpired in these run clubs and how the women were all over them.
In a run club in my entire life, right? Until my homie Eric invited me to one, right? And I was like, honestly, I wasn't that educated. I was like, what even is a run club? I know it's a dumbass question. You don't gotta look at me like that. But I was curious. So he was like, yeah, it's just a bunch of people, like, we all run together, then we possibly get like, breakfast or like coffee afterwards. I'm like, define like the crowd though. Is it like, a bunch of boys, is it girls? He was like, nah, it's gonna be mostly girls. And I was like, I'm on a little bit of a cleanse right now, but a little flirting won't hurt. I was like, bet, like, I'm down as long as you come pick me up. So he picks me up, right? We drive all the way to Hollywood, where the run club is. It's like a half marathon run club. I don't know the exact location, but it was in Hollywood somewhere, right? Anyways, we get to the run club. All I see is it looks like a fucking yoga class, like a fucking Pilates class. All fucking women. I'm not a creep. I'm not thirsty. Not at all. But I do feel like a kid in a candy store, respectfully. Respectfully. I'm stretching this shit, right? The girls are like across the street, like where the run club's about to start. Like they're all huddled up and shit. So I'm stretching on where we parked the car and shit, right? While I'm stretching, one of the girls, all I hear is like, hey you. While I'm touching my toes, I hear it. I turn my
Yeah, Salakia got a phone call. Well, let's keep playing. I'm almost done, man. But like you see, man, these women, they're going to the extreme lengths to find a man. You see, and we wonder it's more than just wanting to get their cheeks clapped because these women, they're survivalists. Okay, they're gonna do whatever they have to do to survive. Like I said earlier, a lot of these women, they're facing financial hardships, man. So what is Eve or Keisha gonna do? She's gonna adapt, all right? And this is her way of adapting, okay? Because men, like the chick that Nika said, men ain't approaching women no more for what? We don't approach the so-called black woman no more. See what I'm saying? Yeah, you're nice to look at, okay, but your spirit is just completely off, man. We don't want to deal with the nasty attitude and having to, asking, asking us, are you Mr. Pay for shit? You see, are you a trick? This and that. I need some money. I'm behind on bills. We ain't look, man. Jake, we have to have a certain standard, okay? Like the elder brother Murph did. He said, man, respect yourself, prophet. You don't want to fuck with a bitch that's behind on bills or just out drinking or doing all that, not handling her responsibilities.
I'm making sure she's looking at me and not Eric. So I'm running across the street to go greet her, and while I'm just like, I feel like I'm running in slow motion because like when I laid eyes on her, she was fine as shit. I ain't gonna lie. Let me describe. Brown skin, right? Hair slicked back, right? In like this athletic like little but you can just tell she about to run and shit, right? And she had like black skin, like the Nike edition skims. Like zip, like quarter zip, like zip. Me and Eric run over there. I get over there and she's like, hey, like, are you new to the run club? I'm like, yeah, it's my first run club ever. And I'm looking around, like while she's talking to me, I'm looking around, I'm like, damn, there's really like 80% girls here. Like, so yeah, I was telling her like I never ran one before, and I was like low-key like a little nervous because like I haven't did like a long distance run type shit. She's like, don't be nervous, don't worry. Like this is what run clubs all about, like, camaraderie and stuff. And if it makes you feel better, I'll run with you the entire time. Run with me the entire time. You like me. Now shorty's nowhere in sight, right? I don't give a fuck at this point. I'm just jogging, right? Vibing. This girl comes from behind me and starts jogging with me. She's like, hey, you new to this run club? I said, yeah, I've never run one before. I'm acting surprised because I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, damn, all the girls here just talk to the niggas that come? This shit's easy. She's like, damn, I love this run club. I hope you come to more. I hope to see you around. You're super cute. I'm like, you like me.
So best believe this is not a one-off situation. This is not something that is reserved for just one city, one state. No, this is all over. And I'm gonna be real, from what I can also pick up from a lot of these men that are giving accounts of what they experienced, they are the ones that are in high demand. It is the women out there that are chasing, no pun intended, okay, I'm not out here running, but it is the women out here chasing and pursuing the men. So that story that I just played for y'all was not even something that was a one-off. Like, this is what's happening in society today. I really don't know how far this is going to go. Like, pretty soon, women are going to join swim leagues, bowling leagues, to get the peaks reached. Like, oh yeah, they don't want to do the clubs no more. Got it, right? Y'all don't want to do the nightclubs, but you might want to do a run club. You might want to do a bowling league. You might want to do such and such. It does not matter. The women are thirsty. They're desperate, and they are using covert activities in order to disguise what they really want between them guys. I'm gonna leave it right there. This was mind-blowing. I don't need to stress this out any further. I just need to
Yeah, and that's it, man. You see, so hey, look, just sit back, man. The Lord is gonna send women to us, especially us, man. All right. When you read Isaiah 4:1, it's talking about the Israelite man. They got this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. You see, that's not talking about no regular old Jake. Okay, it's talking about the men of the Lord, man. All right, because we're gonna be, like the scriptures say, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. They're gonna see what they call it, a aura about the men of the Lord, man. And, how to, we're gonna be kept um, from, from the wrath of the dragon. Okay, when this society collapsed. Isaiah 65:12. My servant shall eat, but you shall be hungry. My servant shall drink, but you shall be thirsty. You see, roughly paraphrasing that scripture. The men of the Lord, they're gonna see that. Okay, these women are gonna see that, and they're gonna flock to it. Okay, and we're gonna have the upper hand, man. The scriptures say, "Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power," man. So when the Lord gives us the power, okay, right? Because we already have the power of the understanding the scriptures. But when He actually gives us the power, right here on the when society collapses, right? Because we're gonna be judges at that point. All right. The Lord, the Lord is gonna send women to us, and it's up to us to have a discernment on who's sincere and who's not. All right. So I'm gonna close out. Lord willing, this is edifying to one of the Lord's elect. I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Shak,